Hello, welcome back to FRAG-MENTAL. Thank you for joining me. We've got a new Boss bottled fragrance to unbox today. Generally, I'm pretty impressed with the Boss bottled line. They make some good fragrances. I'm hoping this new one will be just as good. It's Boss Bottled Absolu. So I'm going to tear into this box, give it a smell, and find out if Boss have bottled up another banger. I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed with what Boss are doing in the designer realm of fragrances. They're pumping out a lot. There's a lot of releases from Boss, but you know what? They're all pretty consistently good. In the scent line, it was a thumbs up from me for Magnetic, for the scent Elixir, and then we've had other releases in the Boss bottled line, two Elixirs actually, Boss bottled Elixir and Triumph Elixir, both really good releases. Boss have decided to take a little break from all the Elixirs, and we've got Boss bottled Absolu. Old school again, going back to an Absolu. And I was wondering, what does Absolu mean? Is it just another of these BS marketing terms applied to fragrances? Well, yeah, it kind of is, but I think it means total and complete, so maybe like the best version of something. With this one specifically, Boss seemed to mention that it has an absolute depth. It also has Myrrh Absolute in there, so I guess we can let them have Absolu. They've ticked enough of the boxes. Let's have a look at the notes and see what we're letting ourselves in for with this one. We've got incense, leather, patchouli, myrrh, davana, and cedarwood. So a limited note list. I'm guessing there's loads more going on than that, but that gives us a little bit of an idea of what to expect. Incense and leather, yes please. Looks like a good note breakdown. Any other designer brand, I'd look at that note breakdown and go, yeah, you're gonna give us some wishy-washy, half-assed designer version of those notes, but actually I trust in Boss. Elixir and Triumph Elixir were both quite, complex, decent fragrances that didn't go the generic designer route, which is great. So I'm hoping that this one will be doing a similar thing. So let's rip it open and see what we've got. By the way, in the UK here, this one is, I think, at the moment, exclusively available at the perfume shop. That's where I've just picked this one up from. I actually got 15% discount. No, it was 20% discount actually. But if you go to one of the perfume shops at an outlet, at a retail park, which is where I went, it's like a designer outlet, they told me that they've started doing outlet prices, even on the full-priced new stuff. So if you go to one of the outlet perfume shops, then you should get 15% discount. So that is definitely worth knowing. And on top of that, oh, I got a free gift as well. An Issey little bag. What bag is that? Do I put it on there? It's a bag. But the best thing was I got the Issey Le Sel de Say, one of their newest releases. I did smell this already in duty free a couple of months ago. I thought it was fantastic, really enjoyed it. Didn't end up buying it, but now I've got, I think this is a decent 10 mil, yeah, 10 mil little sample, so that's a good free gift. That's all I need. I don't need a bottle. A free 10 mil will do me just fine. Right, let's have a little smell of this. Had to be the 100 mil, they'd run out of the 50, so it's obviously pretty popular. Same Boss bottled style there, looking nice. It's sort of in a brown bottle, reminds me a bit of the Boss bottled Elixir coloration. When it comes to leather in designer fragrances, sometimes we get a bit of an approximation of a very soft, quite subtle leather. I think designer brands often seem to just be a little bit careful, a little bit hesitant about how hard they go with the leather, because if it's too much, it can be a bit divisive. So let's see how much Boss have managed to commit to the leather in this. That is a good smell. Oh, it's full, it's sweet, it's got depth, it's rich. Bit of complexity to it, doesn't smell generic at all. Yes, the depth in this, there's no oud, but there's like a strong woodiness going on right in the base. Right out of the gate, this is a big smell. This is a strong, big, rich, luxurious smell, and it's got some power. It seems to have some power behind it. I am not getting a strong leather out of it, so it's not a Tuscan leather type of leather or even an ombre leather type of leather. There's maybe a bit of a soft leather in the background. I don't feel like Boss have really gone hard in on the leather to make it a very prominent note. Certainly doesn't seem to be forming the backbone of the fragrance, which I thought it might do. Despite that though, I am not disappointed. This is a great smell. Like with the other Boss bottles, it seems to be really relying on the patchouli for the heart of the fragrance, to give it some backbone, to give it the strength, to give it the power. It's not got the dry spiciness that bottled Elixir had, and it's not got the big chocolatey patchouli that Triumph Elixir had. It's a really good, sweet, resinous, woody fragrance. Perfect for this time of year, perfect for the autumn and the winter. Maybe I'm getting some incense in there somewhere, but like the leather, I feel like they've not gone big on the incense either. If I smelled this without having looked at the notes, then I don't think I would have immediately gone, yeah, there's incense in here. I don't think it's that noticeable. So the leather and the incense, I feel, are more supporting in this, maybe providing some of the depth, some of the power, which is fine if that's what they're being used for, but they're not prominent notes. I don't think you're going to smell these and go, oh yeah, this is a leather incensey scent. No, this is a sweet, woody fragrance. Really good. I don't think it's a game changer because it's not doing anything that different or radical, but what it is doing is really good. I'm enjoying this scent. If I smelled this in a niche bottle from a fragrance twice as expensive, I don't think I would criticize it for being a little too designery at all. But at the same time, it's not too complex, it's not too structured, it is still very wearable. Just off this first impression, I would say that maybe it's not taking as many risks creatively as Boss Bottled Elixir. Some people thought that that went too far for a designer fragrance. Some people thought it wasn't that wearable. I absolutely loved it. So if you felt that Bottled Elixir was perhaps a little too complex to make it a really easy wear for a designer fragrance, then I think you will really enjoy Boss Bottled Absolu, because I would say that it is probably easier to wear than both the other two bottled elixirs. First impressions, very good, really enjoying it. I'm going to go away for a couple of hours, let this settle down a bit and see how it dries down, and come back and finish off the video. So I'll see you in a bit. All right, it is now a few hours later and I want to let you know how this fragrance has dried down and what I'm getting. It's a great dry down. It settles into like a little bit of a smokiness, maybe that's coming from the myrrh, from the resins. There's also a sweetness, like a vanilla or a honey sweetness. There's a great woody depth, a little bit of a chocolatey vibe to it. So overall, you get this really indulgent, sweet, woody fragrance. I do get some of Bottled Elixir in there, but it is more wearable, it's smoother, it's more rounded than that. It's a bit less creative, a bit less complex than Elixir, but I think that's what makes this one more wearable. Has a great opening, it really jumps off the skin as this sweet, woody scent, and then as it settles down and dries down, a few more things reveal themselves and come out of the fragrance to reveal just a little more complexity. So really nicely structured scent. It's strong. Performance for me on this is fantastic. The initial projection is pretty wide. It's a big projection, and then even into the dry down, this remained a strong fragrance that just seemed to go on and on. So if you like a big performing scent, then this one will definitely tick that box for you. As I said, this is going to be absolutely perfect for the autumn into the winter, so a really well-timed release from Boss. They know what they're doing. I think this would work equally as well as a casual daytime autumn winter scent, or even dressed up, a formal occasion scent, a date night scent. So in the cooler temperatures, it does have decent versatility for the type of situations you choose to wear it for, and it's a very likable smell. This definitely has mass appeal without ever being generic. So if you like people to notice your smell and maybe you want them to compliment you on it, this is definitely the type of fragrance that would elicit compliments like that. At full retail, this 100ml bottle is £109, so it is on the pricey side of things, but like I say, you will pay a lot more than that for niche fragrances that I think this smells probably just as good as, in terms of its quality and in terms of the smell and the creativity within it. I was lucky with my perfume shop discount. I think I got this for about £87, and I got the free Issa Miyake in there as well, so I'm happy. I think I've got an absolute bargain, £87 for a fragrance this good. And I'd probably say this is one of the best fragrances I've smelled released so far this year. I am loving this. That's it, I'm impressed with this one. It's a great release. Who'd have thought that Boss would be coming out with these consistently very good releases in the designer fragrance realm? Quite surprising, but I'm loving it. Have you smelt this one yet? Let me know. I would love to hear from you in the comments. If you were thinking of checking this one out, I hope this video has given you a little bit of an idea of what this smells like, and maybe you can get out there, try it in store, and if you like it, which I think probably most people will, then maybe you'll want to pick it up. So if you found this video useful, you know what to do. Give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and if you do all that, you'll see me in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.